The landscape of institutional cryptocurrency investment has just experienced one of its most important turning points in years. The Bitwise XRP ETF has officially begun trading on the New York Stock Exchange. This is the first US-listed spot ETF that physically holds XRP, meaning that for the first time, regulated US investors, retail and institutional alike, can gain direct exposure to the spot price of Ripple's native token without having to buy, store, or custody the asset themselves. Bitwise Asset Management, a firm that now oversees more than $15 billion in crypto assets, has structured the fund with a management fee of 0.34%, which is completely waived for the first month on the initial $500 million of assets under management. That incentive has already driven meaningful early volume, with reports indicating roughly $22 million traded on the debut day. Bitwise CEO Hunter Horsley stated, "In 2025, we're watching digital assets take on real utility in the global economy, whether powering payments or tokenizing real-world assets." With today's launch of the Bitwise XRP ETF, we're excited to help investors gain exposure to a long-standing asset that has the potential to fundamentally reshape how institutions move money and other assets worldwide. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse described the listing as the beginning of a pre-Thanksgiving rush for XRP ETFs and a critical milestone for institutional adoption. Bitwise's Chief Investment Officer, Matt Hoogan, added, "The timing of this ETP launch is exciting. For years, XRP's real-world potential was stunted by an extremely hostile regulatory environment. But now, with that obstacle removed and buoyed by a passionate investor base, we believe we will finally get to see what XRP's technology can really do." Context matters here. The XRP ledger has been operational since 2012. It has processed more than 4 billion transactions with average settlement times of 3 to 5 seconds and handles close to $2 billion in daily volume. The resolution of the long-running SEC lawsuit against Ripple removed the largest legal cloud hanging over the token, and the subsequent DTCC listing paved the way for this ETF and others that are expected to follow. This launch is not occurring in isolation. Multiple filings for competing XRP ETFs are already in the pipeline, and major traditional asset managers, including names like Franklin Templeton, are widely expected to enter the space in the coming months. What we are witnessing is the continued convergence of digital assets and traditional finance. Spot ETFs eliminate many of the custody, security, and operational barriers that previously kept large institutions on the sidelines. The result is a clearer, more regulated on-ramp for capital that, until very recently, viewed XRP primarily through a speculative or legal risk lens. Of course, significant risks remain. The product is not registered under the 1940 Investment Company Act, meaning it does not carry the same investor protections as conventional equity ETFs. Cryptocurrency markets are inherently volatile, and the history of spot ETF launches shows that price impact often lags initial inflows as market makers and authorized participants adjust their hedging and redemption activity. Nevertheless, the structural implications are difficult to overstate. The Bitwise XRP ETF represents another decisive step toward the legitimization and integration of altcoin ecosystems into the global financial architecture. I will continue monitoring inflow data, competing filings, and any meaningful price reaction in the days and weeks ahead. Thank you for watching.